Hi there, my name's Alana, and today we are going to be reviewing the incredible Dyson Airwrap. Now, a couple of things about this video. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, we're going to talk about pricing, and I think most importantly, we're going to be talking about the best value and ways that you can save money purchasing this incredibly expensive hair tool. Now, I only spent $200 out of pocket to buy this, and no, I did not use gift cards. So if that sounds like something you want to hear about, then stick around because we're getting started now. So first, a little bit of history about me and the Airwrap. I have had my eye on this since it was launched. And when I initially saw those videos comparing it to the Revlon tool, I thought to myself, you know what? Great, I'll buy the Revlon tool. So I bought the Revlon tool and I used it for a while. And I have to say, while I like it, it just doesn't even compare to the Dyson. The Dyson comes with 7 different attachments, and we are, after I talk about it, going to do a mini tutorial using each and every one so you can see how it looks on my long hair. Now, the Revlon tool I think is relatively comparable to either of these brush options for getting that sleek, smooth, blown out look, but that's not what attracted me to the Dyson Airwrap. You can probably tell, but I love big, bouncy, voluminous curls. And so I, of course, was attracted to the 2 different air wrap options. Truly the air that wraps. That was the part that got me. And so when I purchased the Revlon and I tried it, it didn't give me what I was looking for. And so it's a beautiful tool at a great price point. I think it should be compared on its own merits and not in comparison to the Dyson. As I mentioned, these are my 2 favorite attachments to use. This wider one gives longer, softer, blown out, very effortless, beautiful sort of curly waves. Whereas the smaller, tighter one, it actually is the one I use today. And when you start with it, you look like you have Goldilocks curls. But after you loosen it up and work your fingers through it, you end up with these truly beautiful, beautiful, glamorous curls. Now, I've been using this hair tool basically exclusively for the last 6 weeks, and you guys have been asking time and time again in the comments on so many of my videos, you've been asking for a hair tutorial, and I've told many of you that I'm working on this, which is why I'm so excited to finally be publishing this video today. So the complete styler, which includes both brush options, both twirly options is what I'm gonna call them, air wrap options, the brush, the blow dryer, of course, the actual tool, and this beautiful, beautiful case. That retails for 699 Canadian dollars. And that is advertised for multiple hair types and styles. Now you can also get the volume and shape styler or the smooth and control styler. And each of these retail for 649 Canadian dollars. In addition to, of course, the base tool and the case, the smooth and control styler includes the firm brush, both the 1.2 and the 1.6 inch Airwrap barrels, and the blow dry attachment. The volume and shape styler includes the soft smoothing brush, which is the one I prefer on my hair between the 2, the rounded volumizing brush, which I love to use on my bangs, the 1.2 inch barrel, which is what I use today, the base, the case, and the blow dry attachment. In my opinion, if you are deciding which set you should get, I think you should just get the complete, because at the end of the day, if you're spending $649 or you're spending $699, you're still spending over $600 on a hair tool, and so in my opinion, I would want to have the full functionality and all of the pieces. Now, for any of the Airwrap attachments, they come in a set of 2, and you're going to use one on each side of your hair, so that way the curls are always blowing away from your face. Something I didn't know when I purchased my Airwrap is that online you can actually purchase long hair tools. So this is the length of the curl barrel that comes with like the regular, any of the regular sets you'll buy. But for $39.99, you can actually purchase a second, much longer barrel, which is amazing for long hair. So for a lot of people, most people, you're gonna be able to use that shorter barrel. But my hair, when it's not curled, is down to my hips. And so I purchased this in the wider barrel option. This is in the 1.6 inch. And I find that it gives so much more surface area for my hair to wrap around and build that curl on. So I only purchased it in the one larger size because I wanted to make sure it really made a difference on my longer hair, but I really feel it does. And in that time, I've also fallen in love with the 1.2 inch Airwrap barrel. So I am on they are sold out online right now for the long hair version, but I'm on the waiting list, so I'll get an email when they're back in stock, and I do plan on purchasing those. They also have a small smoothing brush, which is $39.99, which is meant to style shorter hair and bangs. So I could also see myself picking that up just for my bangs. But then I remind myself that my bangs are the length of many people's normal length hair. So some of the claims of the Dyson Airwrap include that there's no extreme heat damage and that it has intelligent heat control measures. It has negative ions to help reduce static in the hair. It has an easy clean feature, a swivel cable, which I really do appreciate the swivel cable because as I'm doing my hair and curling it, I'm not worried about things getting caught or stuck. So that one I definitely notice. I will say that my hair feels incredibly soft and silky after using it. And I'm not one to use a lot of heat on my hair. For the most part, I only use heat on my hair when I'm filming for YouTube or when I have a special occasion. However, I found that despite using this for a month straight, my hair never has that burnt smell. You know the burnt smell you get sometimes when you use like different straighteners or curling irons? I've never had that. It always leaves my hair just feeling glossy and silky and just quite amazing. So I do want to show you how you can attach and detach the tool. So on the back here, you have a little lock symbol. So you just pull that down and it releases the piece, and you just grab the other piece you want to put in and just kind of clip it into place. So it has these little tiny arrows notched right here that you just, and done. And then it's already locked into place. And then you just turn it on. It's not plugged in right now. So this right here is the power button. You're gonna flick it up once to turn it on. And then once you've got your hair and it's dry and it's in place, you then flick it up and you give it a cold blast. I like to cold blast, especially my curls, for about 10 to 15 seconds because I find that really helps lock the style into place. Over here, you have 3 different intensities for air. I always go with the most intense one. And then over here, you have cool, medium, and hot for your temperature. So a lot of different controls. I like to keep it at hot and at full blast. So the main thing I love about this tool is that it allows me to have blowouts at home. And especially with COVID-19, and we're in a lockdown right now in Toronto, I can't go to the salon to get my hair done. Not that I have anywhere to get it done for, but I like to look pretty when I'm filming, and I like to look pretty just for myself. And this tool, I get so many compliments every time I use it on my YouTube videos, work calls. The first couple of times I used it, I'm not gonna lie, I was really bad at wrapping my hair on this. And it took a little bit of effort for me to get used to it. But once I was used to it and able to do it, I've been able to consistently produce beautiful curls like this on demand. I wanna say it's a blowout in a bottle, but this isn't a bottle. But I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Before we get into the tutorials, I want to address the price. This thing is really expensive. And is it worth $700? That's tough, right? That is up to you and your budget and your hair and just if you think you need it and if you think it's gonna fit your lifestyle. However, I really love to save money. And so I wanted to share with you how I got this $700 hair tool, which works out to $789.87 with tax in Ontario. I wanted to share how I got it for $189. So I love Shoppers Drug Mart and I collect optimum points like no tomorrow. If I can buy groceries on 20 times the points day, I do. If I can buy Christmas gifts at 20 times the points day at Shoppers, I do. And the other thing I do with my points is I hoard them. I sit on my points until I've got hundreds of thousands, and then I save up and I blow them on something I want. Traditionally, that's been makeup, and in particular Chanel makeup. But once I realized that the Shoppers Beauty Boutique, and specifically they have a standalone store at Shops at Don Mills, but many Shoppers carry the Dyson. And once I realized that Shoppers carried the Dyson, I started saving. And I saved my points for months and months and months. Any errands I could run for my mom that involved buying things at Shoppers, of course, let me help you out with that one. And I saved up until I had 500,000 points. And I was able to do a bonus redemption. So you're able to redeem 200,000 points for $300 off your purchase, which is basically getting an extra $100 of value. So I was able to redeem for $600 off my purchase. Because it was bonus redemption, I was able to redeem one set of 200,000 points for $300 off my purchase. Unfortunately, you're not able to stack them, but that did get me an extra $100. So then, with my $600 off, I had to pay $99 for the Airwrap, plus the tax on $6.99. And that worked out to $189.87. Now, for my fellow Canadians, you know that you can get Shoppers Optimum points in a lot of different ways. You can get them with gas at Esso, you can get them with certain debit and credit cards. There's a lot of ways that you can get Shoppers points. And when I tell you I researched every possible way that you could get a Dyson Airwrap, I'm not kidding. I truly believe this is the most affordable way that you could get your hands on one of these. And I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this on YouTube. So, given that I paid $189 for this tool, I think this is incredible. Look, this is the best hair tool I have ever used. I have the blow dryer. It's really nice, don't get me wrong, but this is next level. I love that, for me, the biggest change is that I can use my hair damp on this. I have a lot of hair. My hair is long, it is very dense, but the hair itself is very fine. And sometimes it takes a really long time to air dry. And so sometimes I end up blow drying my hair, which is one round of heat, and then putting a second round of heat with either a straightener or a curling wand on it. This, I can let my hair air dry for about 20 or 30 minutes, maybe while I'm applying my makeup or getting dressed or having breakfast or sitting on the couch playing phone games. And then I use this on my damp, harshly dry hair, and the results are magical every time. When I explained the way that you can save money purchasing this to some of my colleagues and clients at work, they were amazed. Look, you can also buy it at Sephora, and if you're sitting on, Sephora gift cards, then perhaps you'd like to wait until the spring or fall 20% off for VIB Rouge. That's another great option. I know Bed Bath & Beyond carries it, but I don't believe any of their coupons apply, and I know the Bay carries it. The Bay is another interesting one. I'm not as familiar, I wouldn't consider myself an expert with their points program the way I am at Shoppers, but with the Bay, again, you can get their points on a lot of different credit and debit cards, and so if you're really passionate about the Bay, you could collect points there and then redeem it. Finally, another thing you could do with your credit card, I know that my credit card has sort of like a gift card mall where I can redeem credit card points to get gift cards. The only thing is, I find with my credit card that if I redeem it for cash, it's always a better value than redeeming it for a gift card. But you could redeem your points for gift cards for either, for example, for Sephora or the Bay, and put those towards getting your tool. And of course, you can get the tool on Dyson's website, but I would really recommend purchasing at Shoppers. I will say if you have long hair, I definitely encourage you to pick up the long hair pieces because I found that they made an incredible product even better. So now we are going to get into the tutorial segment. So over the course of a couple of weeks, I filmed myself getting ready on many mornings, no makeup, using each and every one of these tools for a complete style. So we are going to get into those tutorials, and I have included timestamps down below. So that way, if there's one particular tool that you think, you want to see how it works or how it would work on your hair, I would encourage you to skip ahead to watch those. But I mean, I'd really encourage you to watch the whole thing. Okay, so for this segment, we are going to be doing my favorite hairstyle using the Dyson Airwrap. This is my go-to. This is the one you guys see on Instagram all the time. This is the one all my friends are complimenting. So I'm gonna start by taking my rings off. Now, I had a shower about 20 minutes ago, and I've just been letting my hair air dry with no product in it because I wanted to show you guys my process from start to finish. So the first thing I do is I use my leave-in conditioner. Now lately I've been using this Aveda Cherry Almond Softening Leave-In Conditioner. It smells so good. Like, I love it. I was also using their shampoo and conditioner for the longest time. Anyways, I put a fair bit. I just rub it in my hands and just coat my whole hair. Just run it right on through. I was using their shampoo and conditioner for a long time and I really loved it. Now what I'm gonna do is just add a little bit more on my ends. just to really make sure all of my hair is covered in this. Now I'm going to take my brush. I use this very mature grown-up Ariel brush, my wet brush, and I just start by just brushing all of my hair. Now I use my little comb to give myself a part. I like to do just slightly off to the side. So now with the parted hair, I divide it in the back into 2 sections. And I always start on the side of my hair, it's just my habit. So on this side, I just kind of twist it a little bit, and then I just use a clip to just sort of keep it together, and then I'm also just gonna put a clip here to keep it off my face. Now on this side, what I do is I use a brush, and whatever the brush grabs is gonna be my front section. And this is where I find I have to be the most detailed. So I just kind of twist that up and over and clip. And so I'm left with this in the back. So then I, again, do sort of a top section and a bottom section. So now that I look this amazing, I wanted to tell you just quickly about the barrels that I use. So for this look, I use the larger barrels. So in the standard set, you're going to have a set of barrels that's smaller and a set that is thicker. So I'm using the thicker ones. Now this is how long the barrels are in the set. But on their website, and they do actually offer at some places a long hair set, you can buy the long hair attachment. So it's the same width, it's just longer. So you can see the long hair set is the same width, but it is just maybe 2 inches longer. So now what I'm gonna do is take my Blowout spray, and this is the one I've been using lately by Amika. It's their Brooklyn Blowout spray. I actually got this in a FabFitFun box. I'm just gonna spray the hair, give it a quick brush, and then I make the top, hold on to the top section. So now we're gonna take our Dyson Airwrap that I've put the extra long attachment onto, and I always set it to the highest and the hottest setting, which you can find up here. And then I know that I'm going the right way. You want to be curling away from your face. So when I'm holding the wand up to my face, the arrows are going this way. So the hair is going to go like that. So I take that first section and I hold this up and I wait until the hair is gripped on, and then I just...
Hey, so it's Editing Alana here. And because I want this video to be as in-depth and as useful to you as possible, I'm not going to speed up the length of one curl. I will of course speed up the length of how long it takes to do my hair overall, but I want you to see that one curl takes me with my hair length at, at this degree of dampness, approximately 1 minute. Now, when I do it on drier hair, I can have the curl done in, I don't know, about 30 seconds, I would say. But because you can see here, that's where I went to check it, the hair still is kind of damp and wet at the root. So I'm not speeding it up, like I said. I would say that when I'm not filming for YouTube, I can do an entire head of hair, all of my hair in curls, in approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, I pay a little more attention at the front, you get a little sloppy in the back, but I do just want you to have this as a time reference. But if you're still here, go grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Editing Alana out.
So now I'm checking, and the hair feels dry. So now I'm gonna blast it with cold air for just a second. And then release the curl. Look at that. So don't worry about it being kind of Shirley Temple-ish. Just wait. So now I've gotten to the next section, so I'm going to again brush it, especially up top, just to help it be smooth. And then I'm going to go in with my blow dry blowout spray. I'm going to start on this bottom piece. And again, okay, so we are now at the front section. So again, we're gonna give this a good spray. And start with this piece here, doing just exactly what we've been doing. Okay, so now the last thing that I like to do on this last front piece of bang, I find it looks a little too much if I curl it the way I've done all the others. What I actually like to do is take this brush option and I start by going under it a little bit. So we're gonna do that one more time with this piece here. And all we're just doing is softening the curls at the front. And that is that side of my hair. So we're gonna do this side really quick and then I'm gonna show you what products I use to finish it off. Now the last thing we do is we just use a little mechanism to take this out and then we switch to the other curling tool. So we wanna make sure the curls are always going away from the face. Okay, so my hair is done on both sides. As you can see, it's super voluminous, but some of these curls out here do look a little crazy. I'm just looking in the mirror. But anyways, now we are going to do our product. So the first product I love going in with is my Dry Bar, and it's their Chaser Shine Cream. So I just put, I have a lot of hair, so I use a lot more product, but I just put this in my hands and I just rub it through, and then I just sort of, I fluff along the shine cream. So I just want to really put this gently everywhere to just have that shine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of go through looking for hair that I might want to sort of reinforce. Just sort of giving it little finger twirls. Like this piece here looks a little straight. But all together it looks pretty good. Break it up a little bit at the roots. Then I'm going to go in with my molding cream. So I use this one by Moroccan Oil. And I've had this product for a very long time. And I have barely used it. So I just take the smallest amount on my finger, just one little dollop like that. And then I rub this again on my hands like this. And I just sort of smooth down the top, anywhere where there could be a little bit of frizz. And again, just using just light touching. And then the last step is hairspray. So I'm using my Moroccan Oil Luminous Hairspray Medium Finish. I love the smell of this. And there we have it. So I'm gonna move back just a little bit so you guys can see how it looks all the way down. And so that is my go-to Dyson Airwrap look. So it is the day after I have gone to sleep. I've woken up, and this is my day 2 curls. So as you can see, it's still really pretty. Still got some nice movement and volume. If you are a dry shampoo user, you can definitely put some of that in your hair. I've been trying to train my hair not to be as reliant on it. but just as you can see, it looks pretty good. You know, if I walked out, I would probably get a compliment like this. But my favorite day 2 style is quite honestly a ponytail. So I'm just gonna take, this is a little tangle teaser, and I just like to brush this up to be a bit of a higher ponytail. And I brush it in the back as well. And then I just take a scrunchie. I really like this one. I think it's super cute. Got a little on Etsy. And then I just sort of, from the middle, I just kind of pull it and just give it a little bit of blueness. So there's what the ponytail looks like. And I love a day 2 curl ponytail because I think it looks sleek, pretty, professional, and it just sort of, you know, has like a nice little bit of volume to it. So that's really it for today. See you guys tomorrow when I use a different attachment.
I'm prepping the hair by sectioning it just like we did with the other Airwrap attachment. I've already gone in with my Kerastase Blowout Balm, and I'm currently using my Bombshell spray that we also used before by Amika.
Now this is the size of the attachment that comes in the set, whereas this is the long hair attachment I purchased. But it's the same principles as the other one. And so we're gonna leave the curl just by itself to cool off.
Editing Alana is back, and for this curl, I didn't want to speed it up. I wanted to show you how long the process takes from start to finish. As you can see, I've got pretty long hair, so I'm sure if you have shorter hair, it might be a little quicker, but still have to entertain you for a little bit longer here. I am playing phone games. Okay, at this point, I'm now blasting it with cold air, and that cold air blast is really important if we want our curl to last and have that beautiful bounce. So just wait until you see how this look looks when we're finished.
So as you can see, we've got that very perfect Goldilocks curl. And I think you'll see that, well, this attachment gives us beautiful, beautiful curls. The larger barrel, I find it gives that sort of soft, blown out curly wave. So now we are going to hairspray these curls and give them a little bit of a scrunch. I'm gonna toss it back and to the next section. Lip balm break. This is the Burt's Bees Coconut and Pear, and it tastes so yummy. Okay, so now we are going to spray these curls. And we're going to just redo this little piece here. Okay, so we are going to leave these very intense Goldilocks curls. We're going to do the side of my head, and then we're going to loosen them up. So we've curled all the hair and we've let it cool in the ringlets, and this looks pretty crazy. Like, I would never go outside with this. So we're gonna use my Dry Bar the Chaser, which is one of my favorite hair products. And what we're gonna do is just using our fingers, just getting this all in there, we're just gonna run our fingers through our hair so that way we break up some of that curl. Now the important part is we're not gonna use a brush, and you don't want to overdo it. So I'm just sort of looking in the mirror, trying to find that right balance. And what I might do though is take a brush just to kind of blend that little section together there and here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is take more of the chaser and really focus on hydrating kind of some of those ends of the curls and sort of scrunching it up. And then we're gonna go in again with my Moroccan oil molding cream. And that's how we're just gonna deal with some of the little tiny bits of flyaways on the top. And this is the look you get using the smaller curling barrel. As you can see, it's definitely wild, voluminous curls compared to the softer, sleek, and more blown out look of the wider barrel. Okay, so today we are using this attachment. It is the brush-like attachment. It's like spiky and like kind of hurts your hand a bit. I've already done 2 curls so you can get a sense of what those look like. And I have sectioned my hair the exact same way as I did for the last style. And so I'm letting down this section. Now the 2 things I like to do is I'm going with my Amika Velveteen Dream Smoothing Balm. Just a little bit, section by section. And just sort of smoothing that through the hair and giving it a quick brush. And then going in with some more of that Amika Brooklyn Bombshell. Giving that a quick brush. So I'm sectioning it into smaller pieces. I don't know if this is 1 inch or 2. And again, you turn on the same way. And what I'm doing is going under the hair a bit. So let's turn that off for a second. I'm going under the hair like this, and then a few over top of the hair. And then once it feels smooth in my hand, I'm gonna show you the curling motion.
Your favorite friend, Editing Alana, is back. And again, for this segment, I'm not going to speed up this curl because I want you to see how long it actually takes. I want you to have a sense in real time of the commitment of doing this. As you can see, this is a lot more intensive than using the wand feature, but this does give a really bouncy, just voluminous, beautiful curl. It's different, but similar. And so now we're just waiting. We're letting that hot air get through, and oh, regular Alana looks like she's back. See you guys soon. Bye.
So now we're gonna blast with the cold air again. Just turn that off so you can hear me. Turn it off. And then what I'm gonna do is I just sort of twist it out like this, really gently, to get that really pretty kind of fluffy curl. And we just add that together. And if it doesn't feel smooth up here, I'm just going to Now, one thing I should add about this particular attachment is you don't have one for each side. It is just the one attachment.
Now, while I'm doing my hair, if you see me looking down, I'm either reading Reddit or playing absolutely mindless phone games. I don't know about you guys, I love playing phone games. I think it drives my husband crazy. But if there's ever a time to play them, it's when you're doing your hair.
So this is the final look using the spiky brush. I find it's a lot more voluminous than the the twirling wand that I love. So it's a lot more voluminous. I do find it does these sort of bang pieces on me better, so I do actually like to use it together. But I find it also leaves my hair fluffier. So it's really fun, but I personally, while I do like this, I much prefer the twirly wand. I just think on my hair length, a lot of the curls sort of get lost. Here, I'll stand up so you guys. Like down here, I think the curls look really nice, but because my hair is, I'm standing fully up now, because my hair is so long, I feel like you're losing a lot of the curls sort of in this section. And yeah, anyways, that is that one. We have a couple more tools to go, so we'll see you guys tomorrow, but also in like 2 seconds. Okay, so today we are going to be comparing the soft smoothing brush, which is this one with the pink tips, to the firm smoothing brush, which is this one with the black tips. So this one is supposed to soothe and control finer hair for a straighter style, whereas this one with firm bristles to smooth unruly frizz-prone hair for a straighter style. So they're supposed to create effectively the same look, just for different hair types. So I've been sticking to the soft smoothing brush for fine hair because I have a lot of hair and long hair and voluminous hair, but my hair itself is fine. But I'm gonna do this one on the left and I'm gonna do this one on the right, so that way we can compare both of them. Finally, the other attachment I haven't mentioned yet is the blow drying attachment. So it looks like this, and basically it's just a blow dryer. Now I really don't use this particular attachment very much. First of all, I do have the Dyson blow dryer, but also, especially during COVID, I've been letting my hair sort of half air dry before I start. If you are in a pinch though, this is a great way to just sort of rough dry your hair before you start styling. And I do, when I use it, I like to focus on sort of the back of my head, sort of here is where it's still gonna be damp, or sort of like in this middle section. And I find this is also a great way at the tip, just to make sure that your hair is dry before you start styling, to make sure it doesn't get frizzy. So I'm gonna start off with my Kerastase, what's it actually called? Polishing Nourishing Milk Blow Dry Care for Dry Hair. I really enjoy this product. I've been using it a lot ever since I got my Dyson Airwrap. And we're just, again, going to just kind of coat the hair and pay special attention to the ends. And then I like to give it a quick brush through. What I'm actually going to do to have a little more control is create one more section. So we've got about 2 inches of hair here, and again, what I'm going to be doing is going from the bottom to the top like this, and then at the end I'm just going to sort of twirl it. And there we have our first sleek section. Now what I will say about this tool is it is very quick to use. So if you're in a rush and you're looking for just an easy polish style, you're definitely not going to go wrong. And so that is already half of the hair. And I just want you to see how the ends look quite nice still. And there we have one side of our hair, again, using the softer brush. So I'm just gonna pop that off and put on the firm brush so you can see the difference on my very long, fine, but dense hair. The other thing I just wanted to add is that when I was getting near the end on this side, you'll notice I was holding the hair very tight and smooth, so that way we could get that almost straight iron effect. If you really wanted straight hair, what I would do is just pass over some of the front sections just a little bit with a straightener. We're gonna, of course, start with our Kerastase Now obviously whichever brush is the right fit for your hair, you should do both sides on that. I just personally don't notice a huge difference on me between the two, and I wanted you guys to get a chance to see what they both look like. Also, selfishly, I much prefer the Airwrap option with my hair, and so I only wanted to sacrifice one hair day to my hair being straight. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty similar, although I find that on me, I think the softer one does work a little better, but I think that if you had thicker hair, you would probably appreciate the more firmness in the brush. So to finish off the style, I am just gonna put a little bit of my Manoi oil on the ends of my hair, just to kind of seal it in and help it look glossy. And for this, I just like to sort of focus mostly on the ends. I'll run my fingers through it a little bit. And then up top, I'm gonna use my Unite wax. And I've had this for a long time. I really like it. I got it at a salon a while ago. And I'm just gonna rub this in to my fingers, kind of get it on there. And then just, again, sort of on the top, just sort of smooth it out a little bit, and on the sides. And so that is my hair using the two different brush attachments. In my opinion, when people compare it to the Revlon brush, which I have, they're generally comparing it to this particular attachment. But I think it's pretty obvious that for me, the attachments that I'm most excited about are the Airwrap curls. So there we have it. Me using every single one of these Dyson Airwrap attachments. I hope it's obvious that I'm in love with this product, and I really hope my money saving tips on this will help you out. I know when I've described it to friends in real life, they are absolutely amazed. I am so happy with the deal I got on this, and I know that this is a tool I'm going to be using for years to come. I am so in love with it. I love how it makes my hair look and feel. Go watch any of my last videos over the last month or two, and you'll see that I've used my Dyson Airwrap, whether I mention it or not, in every single one of them. The range of styles that's available to me is incredible. And yes, the first couple of times you use it, you're not gonna do a great job. It's not gonna be your best work, but as you get used, and look, because this Airwrap is a totally different experience and feel. You know, it's different than a hair wand. It is truly, truly unique. This is absolutely my favorite thing, and the reason I love it so much is it truly mimics having a blow dryer and a brush that somebody else does for you at a salon, but something you can do by yourself in one hand. The other thing I just wanted to add is that my arm never gets tired getting around to the back, and by the time I section my hair, I can have an entire style like this in about 10 minutes, which continues to blow my mind. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. I am happy to answer any of your questions in the comments below. This video is not sponsored. Dyson did not send this to me, as I've described to you exactly what I paid for it. But I'm absolutely in love with it. I think this is an incredible product. I am gonna leave links down below if you're interested in purchasing it, although I genuinely think the best deal is either to purchase it online or in store at your local Shoppers Drug Mart if you live in Canada. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.